Call me back in 30 minutes.
Okay.
Right.
It was after the interrogation where I refused to give any information, where I refused to rise to the fucking bait that was being thrown at me.
Well, just to tell you straight up, all those vehicles were marked for tow, so it's just a coincidence that only yours was. It's just a coincidence that only yours was towed because all of them were marked for tow.
All right. Sorry, I know we might need to start from the top over here. All right, so I understand that do we get the president here?
Mm-hmm.
Is that gonna be you?
Let me just answer a question real quick, Knight. Ava, about the bike. The way it happens is when we mark up, we don't control the towing itself. We mark up a legal parked vehicle, whatever it is that it is to be towed. Then it is up to the tow workers to come and complete the job.
Yep.
We don't physically tow vehicles ourselves. Specifically,
why is this about a fucking?
It was not told by any of us in particular.
Why the fuck are we talking about their damn?
Bikes, and I guess yours was one that got picked up, and I don't know why the other ones did not get picked up. That's what we can say on that.
You're also comparing a bike being towed over a couple $100 to shooting and potentially murdering me and Molotoving Brian.
Yeah, my bike.
Yeah, I kind of value my bike more than your life and all of that.
Okay, all right. So let's everybody pause here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Captain's here. Captain Knott, I know you and I have not met before. But my understanding is that this meeting was set up on behest of y'all. I want to sort of set the tone of this. I understand that there's a discussion about bikes and this, that, and the third, but I don't know anything about Chaos Legion. What I do know is sort of my first impression came from an incident in which my deputy right over there on the left, Bjorn, was attempting to assist in a civilian fishing tournament, which he took out a boat. Subsequently, call came over radio that his patrol vehicle was blown up. I arrive on scene. Ava Bird here and one other individual are holding him at gunpoint.
That was me.
Conversation happens. Like so you know, he's blasted. Ava and the gentleman to my right end up getting gunned down. Now, there was a note left next to the vehicle stating that this is my beach, this is my pier, yada yada. There's also statements made to Bjorn in regards to that. Now, at first blush, this comes off as extremely odd, right? As if there were concerns. You know, God gave us mouths to speak with, right? You know, warnings could have been given, right? Anything could have been communicated. But to sort of immediately go to blowing up a vehicle after things have been relatively good, as far as I'm aware, between your club and our department, it came across as rather odd. Now, I brought Miss Ava here into interrogation with the intent to understand the underlying concern here, right? But instead, I was met with answers that inferred that she did not even have any involvement. So at that stage, you know, things kind of go out the window a bit. Every single bike was towed on the crime scene. Ones that were illegally parked. Because here's kind of where it comes down to, right?
I was not.
Hold on. I want to hear him finish real quick, guys.
So, every bike, every vehicle was marked for tow. Now, consider this more of a consequence, right? If there is no attempt or desire to communicate, then we're going to do our job, right? Now, at a foundational level, I understand people got turfs, right? But generally speaking, name whatever biker crew, motor club, gang, or whatever it is, they tend to let us know what's going on, right? And we can't read minds. Now, I'm glad we're having this conversation, the one today, because I'd like to better understand what the concerns were then and how we're looking to move forward from here on out.
Okay. A lot of that conversation from beforehand with the whole leading up to. I mean, this is something that has been leading up for a while. We have had a lot of communication with BCSO, and this is kind of similar to what Petrov was saying before, as you were walking in. Actually, there has been communication between us and the BCSO for quite a while. As far as like the whole get-togethers and stuff like that was going on before, there's specific people that were doing that are no longer part of the club. That's fine. But as far as the issues that the club has had with the BCSO, as things have happened, they have been voiced. A lot of it used to be, or still is to this day, the fact that a lot of the trainings that go through Sandy are ending up with local cars hitting bikes that are on the beach, like just everybody going and speeding through the entirety of Sandy, putting people's lives at risk, going through yards and backyards and everything of houses, which I've seen multiple times during those pursuit things that have slowly been building up to having more and more issues, which I have voiced to many people, and I know a few of the others have voiced to many people in BCSO. If they haven't reached higher ups, then that's something that you guys would need to figure out at that point. I mean, I'm starting to get to the point where now, I would talk to you about it with Bjorn, which, I mean, Bjorn and I, we had a conversation about the whole thing that led to what happened to him. That was a kind of reached a boiling point because he had a boat. The first time we had an incident with him was, you said it was about a month ago, Bjorn, I think you said?
A few weeks ago.
A month ago, where he had a boat that he had completely like ran right through the middle of the beach, all the way up, beached it to the road, while there was people on the actual beach itself, which put those people's lives at risk. And I mean, I get where he was coming from. He was trying to have a conversation. He had talked to somebody beforehand. I don't know exactly who had talked to him beforehand. So from my point of view, it was just risking somebody's life. And then just parking at the thing without any sort of idea what was going on with the car. Because there's a legislation thing that you mentioned, Petra. What's the actual legislation? What's it called? Just so I can take a look at it later.
Hang on a moment.
I
the one about
that.
the beaches.
Yeah, the beaches thing. I'm just curious about it because I mean we own all of those properties right there out front of the beach, and I mean we've had that beach for about 2 years now. There hasn't been any issues whatsoever. Like, if you guys have just allowed it to happen, then I don't know. It's kind of beyond me at that point because as far as everybody has told us, it's always been our beach from your guys' perspective and ours. So. But as soon as I figure out what that legislation is, just so I can take a look at it later at the very least.
So, who are you communicating with, like, in the BCSO prior to today? Because the only thing I've heard...
It's whoever's, like, I know I've talked to Belle when she was actually, like, working for BCSO. I've talked to Cassidy when he was working for BCSO. Like, a lot of the old heads of BCSO were the main ones that I've personally talked to, and some of, like, I don't know, the people who train, like I've seen a few of them having conversations about it.
Yeah.
And I know beforehand, like the ones who had left, they like changed and said that they were fine with that happening or whatnot and putting people at risk, which I'm not really too keen on for the most part. So, but like we've had communications with multiple different members. I can't put names to paper now.
Yeah, but what about recently? So,
recently, I just tend to go with whoever has their name up in the lemon list as a BCSO officer.
So just as
names, it's just whoever's in the lemon list.
That doesn't really work, right? We got like 150 officers across two departments.
And I'll be honest, I haven't had a chance to even reach out to any of them more recently, and that was something I was going to plan on next time I saw any sort of actual training going on, because I don't like just calling people up unless I see what's going on and have an actual person who is behind the wheel of the training specifically, or just any sort of issues that I have going on. So that is something that's been starting recently again that I have been trying to do more often.
So what? So I kind of want to dial it back, like bring it back to that initial. Why was his vehicle blown up? And then why was he executed?
First of all, again, he parked it on our beach.
What is your beach? Like, what is that?
The beach that is like in front of the pier, with all the furniture, where our bikes are parked, pretty much that area.
Okay. Is it legally your beach? Genuine question.
It's our beach, man.
I'm trying to figure out the legislation behind it because based off of what you guys have been saying, it's law. Based on the law, it's supposedly the states, but I'm trying to figure out more information
Blaine
about
counties,
that and go from there.
Yeah, so the reason I'm asking that question is like when I hear
I'm just trying
my
to
beach, like, for us, it's like, what the hell is that? Right?
I mean,
Are you if it's being claimed, right? Like I can understand that language, right? But at the same time, I don't know where it begins, where it ends. I'm also trying to understand, like, if Bjorn here was given any communication, because calling up random deputies, and expecting him to know about it is kind of cooked, right?
Well, okay, let me finish on this, I guess. So again, I blew his car up pretty much because the incidents that happened before with him as well, and then as well he didn't ask for permission. Him full sending the boat through our beach to the street, endangering people.
Who was in danger?
Well, I was on the beach. Yeah.
I believe I was also there for that as well.
Okay. So
and there was a small congregation of people on the beach at the time, and then it came flying behind us, and we all turned and went, "What the fuck was that?"
Okay. Well, why wasn't any of that communicated that day?
We communicated it to Bjorn at that time.
We spoke to both.
And there was I don't know who the other deputy was with him. There was a second person with him. I don't know what that guy's name was. But it was said to Bjorn that was, like, not okay at the time.
The thing is, right, we're here, and what I'm trying to communicate here is, okay, you let him know. Why wasn't I told about it?
Wait, I don't... were you, like, in charge? I don't know when captain rank was in place, man.
Honestly, Brian, I don't actually know when you moved from LSPD to BCSO. Like, how long have you actually been in the BCSO?
It's been a little while now, but I was on scene. I was helping lead it, right?
No.
The boat was a while ago.
The boat was about a month ago, and to go back to it, I wasn't
Oh, wait,
told that
you're
day
talking about a
that-
month ago. You're not talking about last week.
What they're referring to is I was doing like lake patrol.
Bro, this is such a pussy
I was in
biker
Marine
gang.
One. I don't think I had anyone with me.
Like,
that day,
I
but
feel
maybe
like
I
we're
came
at the
up.
same McDonald's, bro.
So I think I pulled Marine One out from their dock that day, and so I like sent it up to the shore because I was gonna have it towed, and I went through their beach with it, and some of them were there.
Like, I'm down to work with them, but this is like
instructed like I
crazy.
can't be on their beach or anything. I was told like be careful, that's not safe. And I had a conversation with them. I told them their beach looked cool, and we kind of went. It was just a short thing. I wasn't instructed like, oh, you can't be here, you're not welcome here, or anything like that. And it kind of feels like the argument of people could have been hurt goes out the window when you're also saying you care more about your bike than my life. So why do I give you the respect of caring about your life if you were willing to end my life over your bike being towed?
Oh.
But I haven't tried to end your life over my bike.
I did.
A lot of that's personal.
You said
stuff,
that
but-
your bike, you care about your bike. Your bike is more important to you than my life. So
I care a hell of a lot about my bike, yeah. But
right. So we're talking about mutual
I haven't
respect.
killed you over it. I haven't tried to kill you over it.
Not over your bike, but you did over me parking on your beach. So.
But also, you fucking doubled down when I held
hold
you
on,
up,
guys.
and then
Let's
you
pull
talked
it
shit,
back
man.
here. Let's pull it back here. So, Knight, I understand where you're coming from, and if that's more so, I'm very pointed when it comes to letting the people know what's going on. If this is something that you actually want people higher up to know more about what's going on, every little bits and pieces of things,
it doesn't need to
I have
be
no issues with
everything,
that.
right? But I want to paint the picture again, right? It's
Mhm.
not anyone involved in that situation 2 days ago even attempted to explain what the fuck happened. So from us, with all due respect, seemed like it was equivalent to the conversations we have with a weed pusher, right?
Okay.
Didn't do it for what, and we're sitting over here like, what the fuck did they even do this for, right? And the consequence of that ends up being we end up having to treat it like that, right? Very little conversation. There would be no conversation. It would be, just consequence, right? And that's not something we want to do, but it becomes the inevitable, right?
No, I completely understand where you're coming from with that. I actually do come full terms with that. So, okay.
And with the interrogation itself, yeah, it's almost like I was like super fucking tired and had just been shot multiple times, and I didn't want to rise to your fucking antagonizing bait.
There was no antagonizing bait. I've got and if you want, I can release the tape to everyone here if they so choose. You're asked very simply, and I don't want to go rehash it, but I get it. You wanted to sleep and you were shot up. I just had a law enforcement officer's vehicle get blown up, then executed, and then when I'm asking why did it happen, I'm being told I had nothing to do with it. That was your initial response. So at that stage, you're indicating to us that you have no interest in even conversation, right?
You should have talked to me, man, because like I was the initial one who was doing it. She came later.
So we don't know that, and she's also an adult, right?
Well,
And she could have said, speak with you. We don't know your internal structures. In fact, I even asked, who's the president to both of them? Who do I speak to?
You never asked me that.
And those answers were not
didn't
provided.
ask me that either. So
It's on recording. Maybe you were tired. I don't know.
you literally didn't talk.
Maybe,
That.
but
It wasn't until the third individual.
Okay, guys, hold on.
Okay.
Sit back a little bit. Settle down.
It wasn't until the third individual throw the Molotov that they started to actually provide an avenue of communication, right? So I think this is kind of where it boils back to, right? Communication. I get it. Like, there might be bigger grandstanding issue, like bigger issues, like whose beach is it, and the concerns. Obviously, those need to go to members of high command in Blaine County. Myself, Angel, Stevie, or Frost. But when it comes to like day-to-day interactions, we may not be there. And if something happens, like let's say, tomorrow something happens with Petrov, right? And he's going to want to know the why. Anyone who's put you in cuffs are going to want to know why. And if we don't get an answer to that, we have to treat it as just because you want to, right? And you don't want to be in that lot for a number of reasons. Then we have to be formulaic as to how we respond, right?
Okay. Here's where I'm kind of standing with this at the moment, Knight, because I see a lot of where you're coming from, and I do want to make sure that there is more conversations about stuff going on and whatnot. From my point of view, I want to look into more of the stuff that's going on with that whole beach thing, because I know your whole thing about turf and us saying it's our beach and all that stuff. I understand that point of view that you have there. As far as the law, yeah, it is to you. What do you mean it's your beach? I get that. So I want to look into that a little bit more. I think that we can there has been some issues that have been going on and straight up in general. I feel like this being a wash right now and kind of going back to our basic sort of communication, trying to get our things back to where we were beforehand, where we actually communicated a little bit more, is going to be better off than anything else.
Yeah.
I do want to try to have a little bit more respect with it in general, which again, that's just going to be something that's going to be built back up. So I don't have any issues with that as a whole.
Okay.
I'm going to just find out more about what's going on here. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to talk to these guys and see what else we got going on with it. And maybe you and I can have a further conversation about where it needs to go from there. But I think we have everything else on the table that have been talked about at the moment. Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I do want to note, because I know there's a misunderstanding here in regards to what vehicles were and were not towed. I am the one that marked them all up for tow. A photo of each one of the vehicles, including but not limited to the vehicles that were used for the aggression that day. And as Petrov went on to explain, something can be marked for tow. It's not in we don't actually tow it. So if a tow driver doesn't come by and impound that, it's not going to show up on any record.
Basically,
but-
and this may seem just rash in general, but basically you're saying the fact that it's a coincidence as all hell for that Ava's was the one that was taken after she had
Yeah, I
what
mean,
she
I
believed
have
was an antagonizing conversation with you. It's just complete coincidence is what you're saying.
no,
No,
they.
100%.
I went down there and towed them all as a
I mean, to be
consequence.
completely
I wanna
honest, we
say-
were trying to get
Yeah.
them all towed. It's just a
Correct.
coincidence that only
Alright.
the one.
All right.
Ava?
I just
Straight
want
up.
to say one thing about that. You said you tried to get all the vehicles that were involved in the situation towed.
Yep.
No vehicles were involved in the situation. None of us
Oh
were in
no,
the
they're
vehicle.
illegally parked.
None. Yeah, but you specifically said they were involved in the
Including the ones.
Mm. But yeah, none of them were actually involved.
What?
No,
No,
actually,
they were.
essentially
The-
what Knight
yeah.
said was he was basically just covering legal grounds. The vehicles that were illegally parked were towed, and he also included the statement saying that were also potentially included in the
Correct.
activities, in the legal activities. So
That's correct.
Must have misheard.
It's a lot of legalese and shit like that that's going on
Yeah.
with this conversation. Basically, like they're standing on the book right now, Ava. That's what it is. So
Yeah.
I 100% get where you're coming from. I think if we're washing our hands at least right now and just going back to trying to respect each other, or at least start from where we can start to respect each other again, fine by me. I'm okay with that. I do like after we're done with this, I would love to see that legislation, Petrov, just so I can take a look at it myself and see what's going on with it. So
yeah,
Yep.
I couldn't find it right now. I'll continue looking, and I'll let
What
you
is
know as soon as I
what
get it.
legislation are
Appreciate
they
it.
talking about?
the one about the
one-
beaches and shit like
the
that.
one about the
that
beaches being
says
property
that,
of the Blaine County.
Yeah.
Oh, what that's going to be per the Constitution.
Oh,
It's just in the Constitution. All right, perfect. I'll
Correct.
look it over. I want to see
Anything-
what it's all about then.
The Constitution's got a map for Blaine County, Los Santos County. Blaine County has everything like north of, I don't know, it's not like a straight line down the middle, but it falls into Blaine County. And then
Yeah,
the
yeah,
state
it's- yeah.
is anything that is, I believe, a mile, any of the surrounding islands and a mile outside the coastline. So,
Okay, perfect. I just want to take a look at it for myself and see what I can
Yeah.
get out of it and all that. Any other questions that you guys have for us at all?
no, I don't think so.
Nope.
and just out of that, after that, and I imagine the captain here probably agreed to this. We obviously that whole thing about the turf being owned by, states, counties, privately, etc. Obviously, we understand that's your guys' turf. Like you've claimed it as your hangout spot and what you have not. We respect those type of boundaries with a lot of other associations, be it motorcycle clubs, gangs, whatever. That's not necessarily a problem. Obviously, if there's crime committed there and we witness it, we try to apprehend something, it happens. We're not trying to disrespect that. Just similar to the situation how the BCSO is quote unquote our turf is kind of in a sense is the same thing, although obviously legally not exactly, but you get what I mean. So we're fine to respect that as your turf.
How are you, trying to not be disrespectful when again you tow the bikes or at
Well,
least
okay, look, we already agreed to go past this. I think
I think we're good
rehashing
for
it isn't
right
worth
now.
it.
Yeah, we'll
I
talk more
100%
about it.
intended to go and impound all of them
I
based
don't
on the
care if it's
interaction.
all of them.
We'll talk about this after.
Yeah.
I get it. I get I know where your head's at. I get
Yeah.
it. We'll talk about it afterwards. I think we're good for right
Yeah.
now, though. If you guys don't have any questions, I think we're good to go.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Nope.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Have a good one.
Nope. I get where you're coming from. Let's go back to the beach. We can talk about it, okay?
Oh, Jesus
back to
fucking
BCSO.
Christ. Yeah, listen. Now ain't nobody do nothing wrong there.
Who's this kitty?
Yeah.
Stag.
All right. Hey, Petro, thank you so much for setting up that meeting. Do you mind being like
Yeah.
kind of the liaison there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The only thing is,
Actually,
and I
Let
think
me tell them real quick.
I think they're
Hey, real quick before you guys go, just kind of
That's scraps. People might be getting stuff made there. There's not that many people there though.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, that is. I don't know what.
Okay. Just as a oh wait, what happened to Bean? So TLDR, I think those two on the left and right are just Karens. The leader seems like he's not a dumbfoot.
Oh yeah.
And I think they're just a little too stupid for the conversation. So
yeah,
I'm
the
not.
two that got shot are definitely idiots. The
Yeah.
president seems to have a level head though.
Yep.
Like even from before you guys walked in, it
They're
was
not
kind of like
making
the
no
same
sense.
the same
They just
thing.
want
Yeah.
to be angry.
Yeah, they're like, okay, but we killed you. We tried to kill you and blow up your shit. But why'd you tow her back?
Yeah, it was
like, what
they
the
talk about
fuck are you
mutual
dumb?
respect, and like they're like pissed that we tow a
But
bike
you towed the
compared to
bike.
murdering us.
I'm telling you, don't tow the bike, dude. It's like, yeah, we got
the funny
past that.
thing was, these motherfuckers like, well, we got pissed at Bjorn because he was putting lives in danger. But then on the other hand, immediately they say, well, we care more about motorcycles than people's lives. So okay, how is that? That makes no fucking sense.
I think they're fucking their bike. I think.
And I
mean,
put it in. So what? I just like I was done with Marine 1, and I was going back to BCSO, and that's like the lake through their beach is like a straight shot to BCSO. So I sent Marine 1 on land just to have it towed and like run back on foot, and like they were on the beach like way off to the side. I was like nowhere near anyone, and they like didn't even tell me like stay off our beach or anything. They were just like, "Whoa, be careful."
Yeah, no, that's exactly
that was
it.
like that was like a month ago.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think we did anything wrong. I think they just got some 2-bit people. You know, they're thinking,
Yeah.
like, here's a reason to be mad today.
Some people like problems.
I guess the people that left them were the people with most of the brains.
Yeah.
Because before they split up into Ravens MC,
I know why Misha left now.
they had a lot more
that's probably
conversations
why I
with us.
left.
Probably, yeah.
Like, holy fucking shit. The fact that at the end of all of that, we're ready to walk out. He's like, but you towed our bikes. Like, I was just like, oh my God. You know, Jesus fuck. All right.
You know, that guy in particular, I found him in a fucking cave the other day, burned up to a fucking crisp because he tried to hide from a fucking rain and went too close to the fucking fire.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So, yeah. Well, all right.
Well, I know what I'm going to do next time that pisses me off. I'm going to tow all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't even need to target them, just need to target the bikes.
Oh my God. All right. Let's head somewhere. And
Can we quickly go to the lab? I want to test this blood. to see
Oh
what it
my
comes back to.
God.
What the hell? That
Oh
was the
my
blood I
God,
found on the
mate.
New Babylon gates.
Well, if you
Hey.
didn't miss the